Hello, class, and hello, professor. Today I will be going through my presentation based on Simon and Lipsky's revisited theories. An overview of the presentation follows the theorist Herbert Simon's Proverbs of Administration, Michael Lipsky's Street-Level Bureaucracy, and the insights from contemporary scholars and their articles building on Simon and Lipsky's theories, and how these theories shape modern public administration practice. For article number 1, I chose The Proverbs of Administration by Herbert Simon. Simon critiques traditional administrative principles by showing how many of them contradict one another. For example, one proverb might say centralization improves efficiency, while another says decentralization promotes flexibility. Both can't be universally true. Simon argues that administrative decision-making is not perfectly rational. Instead, it's limited by time, information, and our ability to process it. And this is what he calls bounded rationality. What I found particularly insightful is how Simon reframes leadership and decision making. Rather than expecting perfect logic from public officials, we should design systems that help operate effectively within their limitation. This helps me, as someone going into public admin, better understand how policy and organizational choices must reflect real human behavior, not idealized models. The journal number 1 I chose was Herbert Simon's by Daft and Lewin in 1993, and it expands Simon's bounded rationality in modern organizations. This peer-reviewed article by Daft and Lewin expands on Simon's concept and argues that people can't make perfectly rational decisions because of limits in time, knowledge, and mental capacity. But Daft and Lewin apply that to modern organizational structures. They explain that as organizations grow more complex, especially in a globalized and tech-driven world, they must adapt by creating flexible, decentralized systems. These changes help decision makers function despite their limitations. One thing I found insightful is how they connect Simon's ideas to contemporary practices, like using decision support systems and collaborative networks. It showed me that although Simon wrote in the middle 20th century, his theory still directly applies to how public agencies function today, especially in managing data, teams, and uncertainty. For article number 2, I chose Michael Lipsky's Street Level Bureaucracy. The second article, Street Level Bureaucracy, also from Shafford's book, focuses from top-level policy to what actually happens at the front lines of government, in places like schools, social service offices, and police departments. Lipsky argued that frontline workers, whom he calls street-level bureaucrats, are effectively policymakers. Why? Because they use discretion every day when applying laws and policies, especially in situations where there aren't enough resources or clear guidelines. To manage this, they develop coping strategies like simplifying decisions. This article helped me see how crucial these roles are in shaping policy outcomes. The big takeaway for me was that discretion isn't just a challenge, it's an inherent part of how government works. If we want public administration to be effective and fair, we have to understand and support the people implementing policies, not just those creating them. For journal number 2, to support Michael Lipsky's theory, I revisited it in the contemporary context. The second journal, by Evelyn Brodkin, revisits street-level bureaucracy in the context of modern governance. While Lipsky emphasized how frontline workers use discretion to manage their workloads and conflicts, Brodkin digs deeper into how institution, technology, and accountability systems now influence that discretion. She argues that discretion isn't just a personal choice anymore, it's shaped by digital tools, performance metrics, and managerial oversight. What stood out to me was her point that discretion is no longer invisible. It's tracked, monitored, and sometimes even reduced by systems designed to ensure fairness, but that can also create new tensions. Here are my references for today's presentation, and again, thank you for listening.